Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today I'm going to show you the 3 must-dos to rip your irons. Right then guys, if you're new down to my channel, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully you're going to enjoy today's video on the 3 must-dos of how to rip your irons. If as you're watching the video you are enjoying it and you don't currently subscribe, click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way you'll find out as soon as I drop any new content. But for now, let's get on with the 3 must-dos to rip your irons. Right then guys, so if we want to hit those great iron shots, we know, because we hear lots of what has to happen, that we need to get that club head working down through the golf ball. We need to hit ball and then ground. So we're going to run through the 3 must-dos to help you achieve that. So the first one that I like to see guys work on is very much setup based. Now, when you look at all the best ball strikers in the world, obviously the top guys don't struggle hitting ball and then ground. But as they address the golf ball, even though it might seem that their weight's very kind of equally spread between left and right, the best players in the world actually have slightly more pressure on that lead foot. So about 55% pressure on that lead side. Now, if I see a mistake many amateur golfers make, because they're trying to get underneath the golf ball, if anything, we see a little bit of the other way, and already that's promoting that shaft leaning backwards. So if to start with, we can feel that that pressure's a little bit more into that left side, it's just encouraging that little bit of shaft lean and just kind of almost presetting us for where we want to be at impact. So the first must do is kind of about 55–60% pressure into your lead foot. So the second must do to strike your irons well is something that we're going to work on in our backswing. Now most of us are very aware, again, weight shift, and we know the body needs to turn. So what I'll tend to see with a lot of golfers is as they swing back, the body doesn't really turn but kind of moves off to the side. Now this makes it increasingly hard for you to get ball and then ground contact, because as we move laterally away from the golf ball, the low point of our golf swing moves further behind the golf ball. So then unless we move the perfect amount back, we're going to struggle with our golf swing. So what I like to see with golfers is as they swing back, we're going to look for that right hip to turn behind the golfer. So as we start back, right hip turns behind. So we get a nice full body turn, but we don't see too much side to side. So we get from there, turn the right hip behind us, we're nicely coiled, and we're in a really good position then to unload the golf swing in that downswing. So the third and final must do is you're going to change where you focus on for where you're going to try and strike the ground. So you can push a tee into the ground if you're out on the grass, or here I can push this into the mat. So we're going to take the ball, but we're going to put the tee about 3 or 4 inches ahead of the golf ball. And the idea being is I'm going to then try and hit the tee way after the golf ball. And as long as I do that, the club will be traveling down, we'll collect the ball, then collect the ground, and move the tee in the process. So we're going to try and move that tee out of the way and have my focus more target side of the golf ball. And we can see the tee was moved out of the way. So like I said there guys, if we're looking to create that really crisp ball and then ground contact, compress the golf ball, the 3 must-dos that we're looking for is at address, we're looking for a little bit more pressure onto that lead side, so 55–60%. We're looking to turn behind, get that right hip working behind us in the backswing, so it's a more centered kind of turn. And then we're looking to get that focus target side of the golf ball. And if you can combine those 3 areas, you're going to hit perfectly struck irons like that every time. Right then guys, so 3 must-dos, nice simple things. 1 thing in setup, 1 thing in your backswing, and 1 thing as a downswing thought. So once you've got setup done, you don't really need to think about that, but then just a couple of little concepts during the swing to help you kind of get that downward pressure, correct amount of downward pressure as well. We don't want you hammering down on the golf ball, but compressing the ball, ripping those irons, and hitting them better than you've ever done before. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like and share it, comment below, I'll get back to as many of you as I can. If you don't currently subscribe, consider clicking the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way you'll find out as soon as I drop a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some guys down here soon. Stay in contact.